We are going to be starting something new. It's called El Presente Progresivo, or the present progressive. Here's an example. It's ¿Qué estás haciendo ahora mismo? So what are you doing right now? It's ing in English. You should have your note sheet with you, and I'll tell you when you need to start filling in the blank. Here is just an example on a timeline of the present progressive. We have hoy, which is right now. We have el pasado, which is the past. We've been talking about the past tense a lot with the preterite tense. And then we have the future tense. So the present progressive describes an action and is in the process at the moment we are talking. It is equal to ing in English. Basically what's happening right now. We can talk in the present tense about what's happening right now, or we can use ing. I am eating. She is speaking, for example. And that's formed a little bit different than yo hablo. I speak. It's yo estoy hablando. I am speaking. It's what's happening ahora mismo, or right now. How do we form it? This is what you're going to fill out. It says the present tense of estar, you're going to write that down on your sheet, plus the present participle of the main verb. So we have two things going on. You have to use estar in the present tense, and then something called the present participle, which I'll show you how to form it. So you're going to write down under estar the forms estoy, estás, está, estamos, estáis, están, which means I am, you are, he, she, you are, we are, you all are, then you all are, and they are. Plus, then you want to have to say what you're doing. I am eating. So how do you say eating? I am drinking. She is learning. So if it ends in AR, write this down. If it ends in AR, the second verb has to be ando. You take off the AR, you add ando to it. If it ends in ER or IR, you take off the ending and you add yendo to it. So what we're just going to practice now is just forming the present participle, which is the ing part of it. So here, for example, we have hablar, comer, estudiar, pensar, and jugar. We'll do the first one together. Hablar, what you would do is you would to form the participle, you would take off the ending, and then you would add ando. Okay, so then it would be hablando. Comer, you would take off the ER, and you would add IENDO, because it ends in ER. So it's comiendo. So with hablar, hablando and comiendo, I want you to do the rest of them. I want you to just take off the end and add ando or yendo. So pause it and do that, and then come back. Okay, now that you're back, estudiar, estudiando, pensar, pensando. That has a star there because it does not stem change. Okay, you're not in the present tense. Jugar es jugando. Okay, that one again doesn't stem change. Now, what do these mean in English? I want you to write next to the English. So pause it and write the English next to it. Come back to see if you are correct. Okay. So hablando is speaking or talking. Comiendo is eating. What's estudiando? Studying. Pensando is thinking. And then jugando is playing video games. Okay, you need to have a star with these, though. If you don't, it's just speaking, talking, eating, studying, thinking, playing. We don't know who is doing it. So you want to say, estoy hablando. I am speaking. Él está comiendo. He is eating. If not, it's just eating, studying, thinking. So now we're going to do a little bit of practice. In English, you would never say he walking or she working. You would say he is walking or she is working. Okay? You do the same in Spanish. You never leave out the verb estar. You don't have to write any of this down. So it's estar plus ando or yendo. Okay? Because if you just say caminando, it's or ella caminando or él caminando is he walking, she working. So you have to have a start in there. Try to fill these out. What's in parentheses is the present participle. So you're going to want to change that. You're going to want to use está. I'll do the first one for you so you can see what I'm saying. So in this one, you want to say, what are you doing? Okay, so tú is the subject, so you would use estás. So what are you? And then doing, hacer would be doing, the ing, so you would take out the ending, and you have estás haciendo, okay? Does that make sense? So the second one, and I'm going to have things come over it, estás haciendo. The second one is, where is Luis eating? So you want to use está, okay, with Luis, which is está, and then you want to say eating, you take out the ending, and you have comiendo. ¿Dónde está comiendo? Okay, where is Luis eating? You can try the rest of them if you feel comfortable. Pause it, try to do the rest of them, and then check it. Just do not forget that estar is going with the person, and then the other verb, vivir, practicar, escribir, estudiar, that is the present progressive. That's the ando or the endo. Okay. Ellas están viviendo. They are living in Madrid. Están is going with ellas, and viviendo is living. Yo estoy practicando deportes. I am practicing sports now. Nosotros estamos escribiendo. We are writing letters. Estáis estudiando. ¿Quién está jugando al ajedrez? ¿Quién is the subject? How did you do on that one? Now we're going to do a couple of irregular parts. Okay? Verbs whose stems end in a vowel, the I changes to a Y in the ending. So if the stem ends in a vowel, you have to change the I to a Y. So for example, we have some of them. We have leer, traer, oír, caer. Okay, you're going to write this down. Leer changes to leyendo. Because if you take out the ending, it ends in a vowel. If you take out the ending of all of these, it ends in a vowel. If you take out the ending, it ends in a vowel. And these are for ER and IR verbs. So then you would have the YE ending. Trayendo. You can try the rest of them on your own or follow along with me. Oyendo. Okay? Cayendo. And then we would have construyendo, destruyendo. Now, do you remember what leer, traer, oír, and caer are? Leer. I want to write this down as well. Bringing. Again, don't use the verb yet, the estar. Okay, oír, hearing, falling, and destroy. And of course, you want to put a star with a she is reading, you are bringing, etc. So I would write the English next to them. You have IR stem changers. IR stem changers in the present. Okay, fill this in your sheets. Change in the present participle. E to I and O to U. These are just ones that end in IR. We're going to be practicing this a lot in class. So we had decir. An example would be diciendo. The E changes to an I. Okay, because decir in the present tense is a stem changer. Dormir in the present tense is a stem changer, right? In the present tense, let's put it in the yo form, it changes to UE. Decir in the yo form changes to an I, so these change. So dormir, the O changes to a U. Durmiendo. Pedir in the present tense. Pido, pides. Pidiendo. Servir. Do you think you can do this yourself? Stop this and try it on your own. Sirviendo, competir, compitiendo, preferir, prefiriendo. There is an exception with seguir. Okay. The idea is its stem changes as well, but if you look at the idea, it ends the U there, okay, and you don't change the ending to a Y right here. That's what I mean about it's an exception right here from the other page, but its stem changes as well in the I. With these threes, I just want you to create a sentence. You guys are reading. I am sleeping. She is competing. Do not forget to put a star in there. You want to say you guys are. So that has to be a star. And then reading is the ando or the endo. I am sleeping. You use a star with it. I am and then sleeping. So write these down and then check them. Okay. How do we do? Rayette is one of those ones that take out the ending. It ends in a vowel, so you have to have the endo. Dormir, then change in the present tense, and competir as well. One last thing that we're going to go through, and then you'll be done. Pronouns. Pronouns in any tense except for the a command follows the same principles. They are placed before the conjugated verb, or you can actually attach it to the present participle, almost like attaching to an infinitive, correct? So you could do, me estoy bañando, write that down, and then write the English, I am showering. So you put it before the conjugated verb. Bañando is not a conjugated verb. This is not a conjugated verb. This is a participle. The conjugated verb is you're putting in the yo form, or the to form, or the L or the AEF form. Or you can attach it. Estoy bañándome. If you attach it, okay, then you need to add an accent mark right here. You cannot do this. You cannot say estoy me bañando. That is incorrect. It either has to go before the verb estar or it has to be attached. I want to say he is showering. They are brushing their teeth. I am waking up. So you have to use your reflexives with these. And the reflexive pronoun either has to go in front or attached. So stop it. Write your answers. I would suggest you write in pencil. Okay. Está duchándose. Of course, you could have the N in front of it or say está duchando. Either way. If you decide to attach it right here, you have to do an accent mark. Remember, it cannot go between these. Están cepillándose. You could say ellas. Say están cepillando. Estoy despertándome, me estoy despertando. Either way. So please write down your questions and we'll be going through it the next couple days together. Okay, nos vemos mañana.